we are here for another episode 6 now.
6.
I am here with your favorite morning beverage that you made this morning, hot and fresh. And it is now 3 p.m. and it's remained untouched.
Oh, no. Well.
And I am Spooky Suki, as normal.
I'm just the dankest of teas.
Your poor...
or the lukewarmest of coffees.
Your poor cold-ass tea from this morning.
Actually, I actually did that last night. Like right before I left work. I was like, oh, I've got an hour left at work. And I made myself some Earl Grey and green tea and put some honey and lemon in it. And only finished half of it.
In the afternoon?
Yeah, dude. No, I'm crazy going nuts.
Nope.
Anyway, I left half of the tea on my desk, and then this morning it was still there, and I was like,
what have I done?
Is this going to be any good? So I drank it.
Oh, God.
And it does a weird thing. I think it was like halfway to kombucha.
No, that's not it. That's not a thing. That's not a, it's just shitty tea at that point. It's not kombucha. It's shitty tea.
No, but it had like the slightly like acid kind of bite to it because it had lemon juice, but it had the sweetness because of the honey.
You're just making shit up. It doesn't work like that. Nope. All right. Well, you stale cup of tea.
No.
What do you have this week for your random stuff?
So for some reason this week, I got really into, well, it's part of the YouTube algorithm probably, but I've been watching a lot of the Survivor Man director's cut videos.
What the fuck is Survivor Man?
So Les Stroud, he's a survivalist. He's a dude, he just goes in the middle of nowhere. And
Is he like Bear Grylls? That's the only.
Oh, that's a cardinal sin. So he
Why?
was before Bear Grylls, and Bear Grylls is actually a complete shill and a sham and a sellout.
Oh, suddenly I don't care. Do not give a single shit.
No, okay, he was a dude that he would just go out in the middle of nowhere and just like have cameras like film himself just like, hey, I'm in the desert.
Yeah,
now.
but you see, like, the thing about those guys is they're like, oh, survivalist guys. There's fucking 4 camera people standing right there.
Okay,
No.
when he got started, he was so like broke, like that he just did it himself, and like he had like a buddy that did some music. Basically, what we're doing now, essentially.
All right.
But Bear Grylls is actually like funded by the UK government and stayed in hotels all the time and ate fried chicken.
Yeah, all of it's dumb. Every single bit of that.
No, Les Stroud is a real deal. He also he is a Bigfoot cynic. So
he's a Bigfoot. So he's a normal person.
Okay, so there's people that go out and they try to find evidence of Bigfoot, right?
Yes, I am aware of said people.
Yeah. So he goes out and tries to find out evidence that, oh no, this is just bears or this is just moose or something like that. But he'll go with people who are like Bigfoot fanatics. And so the idea is like, okay, keep the scientific method like alive. Like, okay, we can study this thing knowing that it might not be true. Doesn't mean you shouldn't study it because you might find other things that are cool. But I mean, it's also just like the whole mythology. It's like getting spooked at night, when you're camping.
That sounds like a waste of fucking time.
No, it sounds like a freaking adventure. That's amazing.
Okay, fine, whatever. You've been listening to said guy.
Les Stroud.
Yes. I'm not going to remember that name.
Okay.
I'm bad at names. But you never, like, why? Why you do this?
You don't want to go camping? Like,
Yeah.
I suddenly just, like, really want to go camping now. It's like,
yeah,
can it be warmer, please?
I just go, like, normal people camping, though.
Well, yeah.
Where I sleep in a tent and not worry about dumb shit.
It's not. Let's build a shelter out of a tree
Yeah,
and a branch.
No, I think I'll just bring a tent. Thanks.
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Well, how have your workouts been going there, buddy?
I'm really close to getting abs. It's pretty awesome. Caught you leaving yoga the other night. That was hilarious.
It was a bit creepy. Taking a picture of my car. Bit creepy.
I could tell because
from across the
it's
street.
the dirtiest car in town.
Were you like waiting for like 6:30 to come around, and then you just started staring out the window waiting?
No, because okay, so when we pulled up, Shmanda was all like, "Oh yeah, did you see that Sarah's at yoga?" It's like, wait, she actually went to yoga? I was like, "Oh yeah," like we're up at the top because the gym is on the second floor, and saw your car in the parking lot across the street, and I was like, "She was there." So did the normal warm up, and then actually did my whole rowing session. And I was like, "I wonder if she's still there." And then I saw that your car like wasn't in the lot anymore, and I was like, "Wait, oh, I guess I must have missed it." Then I see you pull out into the street, and I'm like, "Ah!" Ha, ha.
Oh my god! So both you and Shmanda were creeping.
Yep.
All right. Yes, I did go to yoga. It was a fantastic time as usual. But holy shit, she really pushed us
Bent
hard.
you into a pretzel.
No,
So-
not even like bent pretzel nonsense. It was just like do this plank,
Oh,
And touch-
forever.
touch your shoulders in between.
Wait, shoulders like to the mat?
No, you had to like bring your hand. You had to do like a one-handed plank and like touch your shoulder and then put your hand back down and then do it again on the other side. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
That was those are the poses that I think I fail the most are a lot of the plank stuff. And it's not because like I don't have core strength, I don't have like arm strength, I don't have shoulder strength. Like my shoulders are what gives out first.
Oh, well, yeah. And then we did a lot of like we did some of the weight stuff,
Yeah.
and that's always good. But like, it's not the weights that get me. It's like doing it in a fucking high lunge.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
or
horribly unbalanced, so I'm
Yeah.
like teeter-tottering around trying to do this shit.
was that the same instructor that we did? She was like Warrior 3 and then also doing like basically like standing row.
Yeah. We
It's
did
like-
that too. I did a lot better this time on that though, so I was like pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Like I could actually like get down and back up without like falling over. So that was nice. So we're getting there slowly, but
There's this dude that goes to the Y. So I've given names to most of the people, most of the regulars, but this guy, his name is the Guru.
wait.
So he has shoulder length, long white hair that he pulls back into a ponytail, has a long white goatee, and this guy is like lean and like sinewy. Like he's not like built and buff. He's just like he's like thin and it's like all like range of motion style.
Hmm.
And I was doing some ab stuff, and he was on. There's a really big mat that's just kind of used for like stretching area, and there's like kettlebells and stuff like that. This dude set a kettlebell down like normally, with a hand like up on top, and he was standing 1 foot on top of the kettlebell and just like tree pose, like bouncing on it.
What?
Like, yeah, dude,
The
this guy's a legend.
fuck? Nope, I can't do that. No, sir. That is insane.
And, I mean, he's well over 50, maybe into his 60s, but yeah, he's probably the leanest, fittest dude there. So yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I call him the Guru. I don't know what his real name is. I don't need to know it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
Some sort of wizard.
yeah,
man.
yeah. Like just Tibetan monk. Just 1 foot posing on a kettlebell. I was like,
That's
This is
next
fantastic.
level insane. Nope. What else do I have? Oh, here is some tea that you have to try. It's the raspberry Earl, which I don't know why it's called raspberry Earl, because Earl's like
Earl's black tea, right?
Yeah,
No,
this-
Earl is.
Earl's is like Earl's like a black tea, but it's like Earl Grey is like a super bergamot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was
tea.
a specific spice.
Yeah. Oh, this does have bergamot oil in it, so.
That's okay.
But I did not taste that. But it actually has
raspberry.
like little raspberry chunks in it too. So there you go.
So is this better served hot or cold?
I don't know. Try it both ways. See which one you like better.
Okay. And this is the Magic Hour tea.
Yeah, more magic hour here.
The longtime fans will know from our first episodes we did a Magic Hour tea exchange.
Yes, and this is more from that set that I got.
I'm gonna give this a sniff real quick.
Yeah, sniff it. It smells really good.
Oh,
But yeah, it
Oh,
has
yeah.
like actual raspberry pieces in it.
Yeah, the raspberry comes through like right away.
Mm-hmm.
But it has the same like earthiness of like a really like very not like a super robust tea, but like I can tell that there's
Yeah, it's definitely a white tea. It's definitely got that.
yeah. Yeah, it smells like it would be good cold. Like it smells like a summery type tea.
I don't know. I tried it hot and I liked it, but not as like. It's definitely like an afternoon tea, not a morning tea.
Is this herbal? No, it's
No, it's a white.
it is white tea. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is some caffeine in it, but
Yes.
it's not.
And you got to be careful on your boiling temperature.
It's a little low.
It says on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, white tea, 175 degrees.
Yeah, so try that, and then let me know what you think next week. I guess.
I apologize, Suki, but I do not have tea for you. I mean, I can give you some
That's
of my Bigelow
No thanks.
green mixed with Earl
That's
Grey.
weird. I don't know what the fuck they make that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's weird.
And I do have some Bigelow Darjeeling, the black tea.
I bought some loose leaf Darjeeling.
From where? The Health Store Food?
Yeah, the health food store
That
a
one.
while ago, and it's quite good. I quite like that one. It's very good in the morning.
So they do. You can buy like box and bag tea, but I thought they also have like tea in bulk.
They have like everything.
Yeah.
Everything there.
I know you can buy like 25-pound bags of coffee, and I'm like, oh.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Gimme.
Of like, you wouldn't go through that in a year.
No, I wouldn't, because I usually only drink one cup of coffee
Yeah.
in the morning.
I definitely wouldn't. I don't drink coffee.
I did actually run out of coffee yesterday and had to get some new stuff. There's a brand called Wide Awake, and it's all the spooky animals with the giant eyes.
Yeah, and their pupil is a coffee bean.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed that.
I
but-
didn't pay that close attention.
Yeah, it's funny. I did get coffee from them once, and it was good. It was fine.
Yeah, they have
Coffee.
a Kona blend that's really, really good.
I also got something else for you to try,
Oh,
but this one's a little different. It's not edible, but because I bought a big bag of it, you get the little bag now.
guess what? You'll be naked in 1 minute. God, what is this?
So it's a coffee scrub
Oh,
for in the shower. Use it in the fucking shower.
okay. There's a picture of a butt.
Yeah,
on it.
there's a picture of a butt.
Is this for my face or?
No, it's for your body. So it's
Okay.
like your arms and your leggies and whatever.
Is this something that I would want to do like after the gym, or is this like we're going out, clean up real quick type of a thing? Like this isn't like a.
It'll make your skin like just fucking crazy soft, just insanely soft. So
Okay.
if you want to look hella styling going out, then yeah, sure.
Also, the way that butt is drawn, it makes it look like the butt itself is shiny. It's like, Suki, what have you given me?
But yeah, I bought it while we were in Colorado because I didn't bring any like. For some reason, I was like, yeah, don't bring any of your like shaving kit with you.
You were there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Why did-
Fuck
okay.
off. So I didn't bring like any of my scrubs or anything. So I went to Target and picked one of these up.
So, what part of the packaging said to you, "Buy me"? Was it the butt, or was it the telling you it's gonna make you naked?
No, it was the only scrub I could find.
Oh, wait, at all of Target.
Well, like it was like I don't know. It was like the first thing that I saw, and I was like, all right,
Let's grab that one.
it'll do. Because he was like, I want to get out of here. So,
Wow, yeah.
but I liked it so much. I bought the actual. It's like there's the original one. There's a coconut one, which I'm not a big fan of coconut.
I'm not a big fan of coconut either.
So I
But like coconut oil, though, like as far as like lotions and stuff, like hand lotions works for me.
Yeah.
But I don't like the scent of coconut.
No, I don't like the scent of coconut. And then there's the one that I bought, because these were all at Ulta later, because I went to Ulta. It's chocolate cake scented, and it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Just take a shower and cake.
But I was like, I'm gonna pass this on, because I bought the big bag.
Does that have a sniff?
It smells like here. It smells like coffee. Like it is. It's like
like
it is made out of
washing
coffee.
yourself in coffee grounds.
So the brand is Frank Body, something.
It looks like coffee grounds.
It is. It's coffee grounds.
Yeah, and it smells like mocha.
Yeah, yeah. Like it is straight up coffee grounds, and
Wait, is this the cake one? Because I'm getting cake.
No. I'll have to have you smell the cake one later.
Okay, so it's an oh, that makes sense. Like coffee grounds as an exfoliant. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's like that shit's fantastic.
No, it smells amazing. I just don't ever want to smell like coffee.
Well, you won't smell like it afterwards. You only smell it like in the shower.
Also, I can see that the packaging is definitely targeted toward women. It says, "Get naked and get wet in the shower," and there's a little picture of a little bra.
Yeah, the bra.
Massage scrub over your entire body. Leave on for 3 minutes. Wait, so I have to turn the water off? Like, just sitting there, just hanging out? It's like covered in cake dust?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't, because I use it when I'm doing my bucket showers, so the water's fucking off anyways. So it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, it also has all the instructions in French, which is fantastic.
It's from, the company is based out of Australia. So.
Then why is it in French?
I don't know. It probably goes to Canada. They probably use the same packaging for the US
It
and
says
Canada.
made in USA.
The company is based out of Australia, okay?
Oh, yeah. Frank Body, 47 Dover Street. Yeah, Victoria, Australia.
Yeah, see? Might be made here, but...
Okay, well, they have an Australian address, they have a US address, and they also have one from Belgium.
I don't know. Sure.
No, that...
Yeah, so try that.
Fun to try.
Try it. See what you think, I guess, because I don't know what else. Because I bought a big bag already. But you can get it at our Target, too.
Oh, for real?
I checked, yeah. But not the cake one. You have to get that from Ulta, I guess. But, yeah.
Also, last time I was in Target, I needed some of that leave-in conditioner from Kristen S., and I couldn't find it. So I found this stuff that's like it's like blow dryer conditioner, which...
What brand is it?
Kristen S.
Oh.
The Misty Mist.
Yeah, I still use that one.
Yeah. Well, I ran out. I couldn't find it. And I was like, what am I going to use? And I found, this one is when you blow dry your hair. And I was like...
If you don't blow dry your hair, do you?
Yeah.
Oh. Shit, I don't.
Well, if I don't, it stays wet forever, and then Fox will eat it because it's wet.
Oh, that's why you get yourself a nice sleepy hat. Like I'd have. It's better for your hair anyways. If you wear a sleepy hat.
Okay.
I don't know. Sure. I tried to get the husband to wear one too, and he's like, no.
No, he had about the same reaction that I just did.
Because he wears like a ponytail to bed, which is a horrible idea.
No, my hair has to be wild and free.
You could get a satin pillow instead, pillowcase. They're not terribly expensive.
The one I have now is like this weird, like, it's not, it's somewhere in between. It's those like stripy sheets. Like it kind of feels like satin, but it's not. It's like not quite cotton. I don't know what the hell it is.
The pillowcase that I have is, it's either satin or silk, but it's got silver fibers woven into it.
That just sounds like a way to blow money.
No, because it keeps the bacteria down on your face.
Yeah. It's a.
Because it has
what is that called?
Acne.
Natural antiseptic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, whatever. To keep my poor acne down, even though it's a bitch anyways. Bleh.
Lastly, it looks like we have some sake.
Yes, we do have some sake in the food and beverage category. That included
coffee body scrub.
Oh god, I gotta open it. That's probably oh yes, open it over the computer. What a great idea.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, so this is the, I don't know because I can't read. Glorious Mount Fuji is the only thing that's in English. Oh,
is it you can't read because it's in moon runes, or you can't read because...
Yeah, I can't read because it's in kanji, and I'm not good enough at kanji to be able to read it because I suck. Does it say? Oh, Aiko Fuji Banru. There you go. That's what it says.
Banru. I feel like I should know that word.
Well, it's two separate. I said it too fast. It's Banru.
Oh.
It smells like sake.
I don't know if I've said this on the show, but the only Japanese that I know is wakarimasen, which is actually a very handy phrase to know.
Yeah, because it's I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's I don't understand or I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, the opposite would be wakarimasu. So that would be I understand or okay.
Oh, because it's like the to me.
Yeah, no, sen is like the no. Just like janai is like the opposite. So if you're trying to say you like something, you would be blank, suke, janai.
That stuff is...
God, why can't I remember? I don't know. I need to study some more.
Oh, the sake is very, very like...
It's good.
It's smooth and it's very delicate too.
And it's not too sweet either. Some of them get a little too sweet and it's like overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a... I mean, in the ways of judging wine, it's right nicely tucked between a dry and a sweet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the sake is in a small glass jar. However, it still like cries like wine does. Like
Yeah. It's like some of my favorite sakes actually are like the 1 cup format.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Great. We took one down to the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
And then I forgot that you're not supposed to have glass down there. So we kind of hit it, but it was fine. Nobody said anything.
It's just a bunch of old people that were there anyway.
No, there was like a bunch of young kids there.
Oh, really?
Which was funny. Yeah, there was like some kid with like just wicked blue hair, and I was like, that's amazing.
Nice.
But I'm still not going to talk to you.
Wait, like the Terminator's blue hair?
It was like more of a blue than hers is. Yeah, her hair color is called anime.
That's fantastic.
Because it looks like the color of anime water.
Yeah, no, it looks like Super Saiyan blue, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Plus, she's angry all the time, so she probably goes Super Saiyan.
She's going to yell at us for making fun of her again. Because we've done it every time, apparently.
She's just a little girl. She can't fight me.
She's going to punch you in the face.
If she can reach that high.
It's alright. I'll knock you over. She'll get you then.
No. She'll kick me in the shins really hard.
Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about is, have you ever, like, did the friendly buy at somebody that you were, like on accident? Like, you did the friendly goodbye. I did it to somebody the other day that I was, like, just an acquaintance with, and, like, I don't remember who it was by now, but I was like, okay, bye. And I was like, oh shit. What have I done?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like linguistically, it's like, wait, because you said au revoir instead of adieu.
No. It just was like, bye.
Yeah, like you're
Yeah, and then like instantly after that interaction, I was like, what have I done? Why did I do that? I don't even remember who it was to you either. But I was like, why? Why have I done this? It was like, it's too friendly of a bye, so then it's like, oh no.
I'm having a huge mental block. Like, what's the opposite of a salutation?
A greeting?
No, that'd be a synonym. Like, salutation is how you say hello to someone. There's a word that's how you say goodbye to people, and
a salutation is goodbye too. That's for both.
It's just like aloha, or it works for everything.
Yeah.
What the? I hate English.
Yeah, a salutation is just like a greeting or...
I don't know, because like mine is usually just like, peace out. Like, I mean, that's for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't cater my adioses.
I do. Some people get the friendly goodbye and some people don't.
So if you're actually friends with Suki...
Because it's always like, bye. It's always like that dumb, high-pitched bullshit, but I don't know. How do I say bye to not... What's my formal goodbye? I think I'm just like, okay, goodbye. Or bye. Or see you later, or something. But I feel like the high-pitched screech bye...
Yeah, it's like a way that you wave with your voice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did that to somebody that wasn't, I wasn't on friendly terms with, so it was just like...
What do you mean aren't on friendly terms with, like, what does
that mean?
Well,
it's just like, we're not, we don't hang out outside of whatever interaction that was.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't be your weird self.
Yeah, so it was just like, I'm just being a normal or being like some sort of professionalism, and that was not fucking it. And I was like, oh no. And it's like, oh, am I just that desperate for friends these days? Oh, God.
Or human interaction,
Mm,
living in your cave.
I do not leave my house as much as I did.
Speaking of human interaction as
Oh, God.
opposed to spiritual interaction, Miss Zhang.
Oh,
And
you're going
Hotel
to that
Delta.
already?
I mean, did you want to? Dude, we got a lot
I
to
still had
cover.
other stuff.
Oh, okay. No, okay.
We can go over an hour on that. That's fine. That
Okay.
doesn't really matter. Oh, are you a fan of Doja Cat? You know who
I
Doja
know-
Cat is, though.
I couldn't hum any of her music, but I know what she is. Like, I know Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I actually like some of Doja Cat's music. So like, she does "Say So," which is like a really like. It's a song that you can just like listen to and
Yeah, it's a
bop
bop.
along to, and then she does "Get Into Ya," which is like a catchy song to listen to, but that's about it. Like if you listen to the lyrics, it's weird, but the video is like.
It's one of those
The video is
songs.
actually like really good. So it's like her in a spaceship and she's looking for her cat. And her cat's been kidnapped by like some aliens and she goes and like kicks their asses. And it's actually like a really cool video. But she's apparently done with music.
That was a flash in the pan. I only heard about her like a year or so ago.
Well, she made her fame, I think, mostly on like TikTok stuff.
Well,
I don't really know. But like I just started finding out about her shit and she's just like
this is gonna sound like the most boomer thing. It's like, well, she has no credibility. She started on TikTok. It's like, no.
that's just kind of how things go now.
Well, it's like, well, you can say the same thing about YouTube or Spotify. It's like,
yeah.
it's like, don't care where
All of
you
that stuff is
start.
always gonna ebb and flow and
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, she got so mad because people were like freaking out because she didn't apologize for canceling a show due to weather. Like she didn't say sorry about it, so they were like just absolutely getting after her. And she's like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I quit.
It's like, peace out, buy my own contract out.
So
I mean, hell, yeah.
good for her. Yeah.
I mean, not that I can remember his name, but I don't want to say his name anyway. But like the douchebag that like people died at his concert and he like did not give a single damn.
Oh,
I don't care what his name is.
oh.
I know he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
It could be like that. It's like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather you just, you know what? We're not doing this thing. Pull the plug. We're good.
Yeah.
Figure out the money later.
Yeah. Well, good for her, I guess. That was one thing that came up on my timeline. And I was like, holy shit. That's crazy.
I do know that one of our friends, she doesn't have a nickname yet. But yeah, her rap persona is based off of Doja Cat.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Doja Katie.
Oh. Well, that's her nickname now.
Okay, she could be Doja Katie.
The other piece of news I wanted to talk about is the flight that crashed in China. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, like
That's
wasn't
insane.
like it wasn't just like just like loss of.
Only 3% of crashes happen in the phase that they were in, which is like cruising altitude.
Yeah, because usually it's takeoff for landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing was just a
Yeah,
meteor.
Yeah, yep. And did you watch the video at all? Which is brutal, but
No, I'm not one of those people that like.
the plane was like this.
Yeah, it was straight down, just nose to the earth.
Yeah, which is absolutely insane. But they're having trouble finding the black boxes for it and stuff to
Yeah, 'cause,
figure out what caused that crash because it's just absolutely insanity.
Maybe sometime we can actually go into aviation disasters. There's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
conspiracies that are just
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And
and like I used to like look that shit up because I like airplanes and things that fly, except for helicopters. Fuck helicopters.
they're not real. There's no way that actually works.
They're not as cool. It's just a giant fan
It's-
blade.
It's a ploy that's put on by the people from Big Ass Fans.
I don't know. That's I forgot about Big Ass Fans.
They have them in the Y here.
Those are from Big Ass Fans?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Like, I remember doing a building with the Big Ass Fans in them, and they even, like, had the drawings of them and everything, and I was like, this is so cool.
Because they have to know how big the wingspan is for those things, which, I mean, okay, they're so big they have to have, like, stabilizers at the end, so, like,
Yeah.
aerodynamically it has to make work.
Yeah.
But I guess in their catalog, all their colors are, like, ironically named.
Seriously?
Yeah, you have to look them up, but they're
That's funny.
pretty good.
Big Ass Fans. But yeah, I don't know. I don't find helicopters nearly as cool as, like, normal airplanes.
There is a website that you can go to. Weird, I know. Going to a website. And it has all of the cockpit recordings of plane crashes.
Oh my god.
Because that's the things that survive is the cockpit
Yeah,
recorder.
yeah.
And I don't know if that's part of the black box. That's something separate. But yeah, there's a website where you can read all those things because like all those communique, I think, are public knowledge. Because it's over a protected airwave.
Oh.
So like, yeah, you can go and listen to these things.
Holy shit.
It's like, I've never been brave enough to do so, but
Yeah.
it does exist.
That would be insane. But yeah, that's something that I used my spare time for at one point was
Just
looking up-
researching plane crashes, you monster.
Yep. I don't know. It happened. It's a thing. All right. I suppose now we can.
Now we can get into it.
No.
Hotel de Luna.
Now we can move on to Hotel de Luna,
Or,
which is it's a K-drama
What is
that
it?
came out in 2019.
Crack House of the Moon. What's the other one?
Guest House
Guest
of the
House of the
Moon,
Moon.
and then it was Manuel
It's something
Hostel.
hostile.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh god, I should stop
Hotel
doing
de
that.
Luna. Yeah.
Get my shoe.
Stop your fidget.
Yes. So it's I would say it's definitely my top K drama that I've ever watched.
No, it was not something that I I didn't expect to connect to it the way that I did, and I'm pretty into it.
Well, like I think that's like the general assumption about K dramas is that they're like, whatever, boring, blah blah blah.
Well,
They're like K dramas are intense and interesting. Like it's so much better than American television.
well, yeah. And I think one of the reasons is because they keep the cast pretty small.
Yeah.
Even the main characters are pretty much the main female lead, the main male lead, and they do have supporting cast. Like there's the other three people that work at the hotel, but other than that, that's pretty much all of the basic interactions. So they don't have to have all these stupidly complex
and, like,
character arcs and
You don't have to explain why these other characters are a thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And-
nice.
I mean, they do have some even not even tertiary, but quaternary characters. We'll get into it, but the ghost that doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, the blind lady.
How she keeps coming back. It's like she doesn't have any speaking lines until her character's removed from the show.
Yeah. Yep.
But we start to understand what this character is pretty early on. It's like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. Desperate Housewives, where there's a million different characters you have to keep track of.
Yeah, and so many things going on
Yeah.
at different times.
Or,
Although it does get kind of crazier later with stuff going on, but it still kind of keeps.
yeah, I did notice, and again, this is more just conceptual, but we'll get into individual episodes soon, but there's a lot of overarching stuff that they seem to kind of forget about for a little bit, and it's like, oh wait, yeah,
And then it comes back later. At least they keep it.
Yeah,
It's almost like they're doing a squiggle line around the
Yeah,
the general plot is a straight line, and then they're doing a wavy line going in and out of the plot, which is great. I like that a lot. And they don't just gloss over details either.
yeah,
Every detail has got some importance to it. Even if you don't realize it yet, it will
yeah,
go down the line. And they'll at least kind of show it again, so it makes sense. And you're like, oh, we saw that before. We're seeing it again because it's connected to this.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
And, well, the way that I watched it, so we only did the first 6 episodes out of 16?
16.
Yeah. So I did 2 episodes a night for 3 nights. And I think that's probably the best way to kind of consume it. Because that way, you know, you're not just like watching a little bit and like shelving it. But you also don't lose the stuff that does happen in between the episodes. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff that does carry over.
Yeah, I feel like this one would be really hard to binge watch too because the episodes are just
they're very long,
enormous.
I think a lot of them are an hour and 15.
Okay, so the starring lady, you've seen her before. Do you know who she is?
I wanted so bad for her to be Hyuna.
No, she's not Hyuna. She's.
But if she was,
I think you'd know right away if it was Hyuna.
I know.
But that's IU, and you've watched her videos before because I've made you.
Okay.
She does the Lilac video. Her song's Lilac.
Is she a solo artist or is she part of a group?
She's a solo artist.
Okay.
She was part of a group to start with, but she's a solo artist now. But the Lilac video, she starts at the train station. She gets on the train and like all the people are doing like the choreography, and she's like trying to keep along with it, and then like just like a bunch of shit happens on the train, and like at one point she's fighting people. I've made you watch it before because you commented on the lyrics.
Oh no.
But I don't remember what you said about them. But yes, you have seen her before.
Okay.
She's a K-pop artist.
Well, yeah, because it's K-drama.
Yeah.
It's all part of the cult.
I suppose, but you don't have to be an actress to do. Yeah, I don't know if those two don't quite go along with each other. Although it's happening a lot more now because.
I thought that was like the standard, where like if you're not hired, or you know you don't become a K-pop artist, you're part of a production company.
Yeah, but
and that production company will do like music and then like commercials and like TV shows.
Oh
movies.
no, they don't usually do TV shows. Those are usually separate. But she basically grew up just wanting to be an entertainer, so that's what she did. But yeah, she's got like a crazy backstory to her too, and it's kind of sad at some points. But
as most K-pop starlets are, unless you're Hyuna.
no, hers is like really fucking sad.
Yeah, and okay.
Anyway,
unless you're Hyuna and you just give the entire world the middle finger.
Yeah. But she's just like a good, well-rounded person, I guess.
And I don't know who plays the main lead, Mr. Koo, but he's actually really good too. Like, yeah.
Oh, Gu Chun-sun?
Mm.
It's actually supposed to be Gu, like G-U instead of Koo.
Oh.
But Netflix fucked up. They like messed up a whole bunch of their names, and I'm mildly salty about it, but it's okay.
Well, okay, so just because we're still conceptual and not actually talking about the episodes, there is a problem with me with watching stuff that's not in English and is subtitled. I'm too focused on reading where I don't get it. It's hard for me to take in the acting.
So
separately.
You're a dub instead of sub?
Yes, I'm much a dub than a sub. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, subbers all to death.
No, I sub. I'm a subber all the time. But that's because I'm like trying to learn these languages, so it's kind of like a learning tool for me.
And that well, there was a thing where like a character would say like 2 completely different sentences, but then the dubbing or the subtitles will say the same thing twice. It's like, that's not what they said, but I don't know the language enough to know what they actually said.
It's the order of... So, the thing with, like, Korean and Japanese language is their sentence order is completely different from ours.
Yeah.
So you can tell... You can kind of see that because, like, when names come up in the sentences, you can tell that, like, if they're down there, they'll say, I'm up here.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. I love that about languages. But...
Oh, well, yeah.
It makes the subtitles kind of complicated for the poor subtitle people. And another thing, because fuck Netflix all the way, So the first time I watched this is actually the second time through. I watched it on Viki? Rakuten 10? Rakuten?
Is this
It's
a
actually
Korean
like
subscription service?
no,
or
it's not
streaming?
just Korean because it's just like an Asian
Oh,
because that's also where I watch like my Chinese dramas and some other shit that I weeb.
yes.
But I watched it on there first, and their subtitle team is just absolutely phenomenal. Because even with the Chinese dramas, it's really good. But
Well, and there's a lot of things with any language. Intonation and cadence actually means a lot. Because I can say, "You idiot," and that means a lot different than "you idiot."
yeah, yep. And what I liked about what they do versus what Netflix does is they'll actually like explain some of the cultural things.
That's a huge thing that I was actually missing with a lot of this stuff.
Which is another thing, like, a lot of people complain about Squid Game because they don't put in some of those cultural things.
It's like, why this is actually like a big deal to this
yeah,
person.
Vicky does, and it's absolutely amazing, but you gotta watch commercials. It sucks.
No.
It's so bad. But, yeah, I liked those, and they didn't fuck up their names, which is nice. So their like, subtitle team is phenomenal versus Netflix's lazy butts. Damn it. All right. Well, I suppose we should probably get into the episodes because there's 6 of them, and they are jam packed with stuff. Like they do not fuck around with filling bullshit. Everything matters.
Yeah. So from now on, there's gonna be spoilers. So
Yeah.
watch TV show.
I mean, we didn't say that with Arcane though.
Well, I think that was implied. Or yeah. But yeah.
I don't know. I think most of the people.
Well, everyone that I talked to was like, okay, watch the show first. It'll make more sense because we'll be talking about concepts in the show. And
Oh, so you actually told people to watch it?
all the people that I did talk to.
Oops.
Oh, no.
It'll be fine. So I don't know. I wanted you to like mostly talk about stuff because then I can put in my 2 cents maybe. I don't know. Because I already know things.
Okay. So the show, all the packaging of the show is two like very like well dressed. There's a man and a woman, both Korean, obviously, and that's kind of like the title card of the whole show. You know, it's these two like modern looking people. The show opens up in medieval Korea, like this lady on horseback and like bows and arrows and stuff. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, and like there's people chasing after her, and you can obviously tell that they're like some sort of court guard squad because of
there's some type of military.
Their outfits that they have going on, and yeah, they're after her for some reason.
Yeah, and she has the which I hope that's not just a MacGuffin that actually comes back to it. She has a cart with a coffin on it.
Oh yeah, so the old lady
that's
opened it.
No, not Mira.
Mago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out. Oh yeah, she's still around.
Yeah, she's the lady. But Mago actually opened the coffin in the back, and it's like a whole bunch of stuff, which gets to later.
See, okay.
You must have missed that reading shit, which is fine.
Well, no, because when I'm taking notes and I'm not looking at the TV,
yeah, I
can't hear. I can't just passively listen.
Yeah, no, I usually pause if I'm going to write something because I don't want to miss anything. But yeah, she opens the coffin in the back of the horse cart, and it's full of stuff, which that matters later on down the line.
Okay.
But you could probably kind of guess what's going on there.
I think I know, but I'm gonna watch the rest of the episodes before I actually form that.
Oh, you don't want to.
No, I don't want to know. Especially
no,
if it's
you don't want to take a. I'm not gonna tell you.
But. I thought it was the I thought it'd be the corpse of the dude that she loves, the captain of the guard.
There's not a body in there, so I'm guessing
okay.
Now that you know that there's not a body.
Okay, so is it all of her bullshit that she's trying to like? Because she's a materialistic person like later in life, so I figured it was just like all of her material possessions, like this she's trying to take with her to the afterlife. Okay.
You're out of guesses now.
I'm at a loss.
That's all you get.
So Miss Zhang, or what's her name at that point? Manwoi?
It's just Manuel.
Yeah.
Because that was before, like, secondary names
That
became a
was
huge thing.
before house names or surnames.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was lowborn, so she wouldn't have had a surname. Is that correct?
That comes later.
She's not lowborn?
Well, she is, but she was adopted.
Oh.
But
See, like,
that
yeah,
gets to that later.
A lot of they give you enough backstory in her to like where it's easy to connect to her character, but like just enough to make you want to learn more, which is fantastic bit of storytelling. And so she's a bitch from the beginning. Like where she's wanting to kill Mago, and she's like, I'm just looking for a place to rest. She's like, oh yeah, what you got in this car? She's like, if you want this card, I'll murder you until you figure out what this.
Yeah, no, I think like it was funny when she got to the tent with Mago. Mago gives her wine, and she's like, "This wine tastes like shit."
Yeah, this wine is awful, and pours it on the coffin.
And then like Mago starts asking her questions, and she's like, "I'm gonna cut out your tongue if you keep saying shit."
Keep disrespecting you.
Yeah. So she's always been sassy. So.
So one of my first notes here. The first note is Moonlight Sonata. I love that they put that. That's one of my favorite pieces of classical music, and my first favorite piece of classical music is actually later. There's a Chopin piece, which we'll get into when we get there. But I love that they did the Moonlight Sonata because it's the Hotel de Luna. I'm like, oh, okay, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
But my note directly, and my second note in the entire series, I wish I knew more about Korean folklore.
Oh,
because
that really helps.
The character that Mago is, she's a supernatural being of some sort.
Yes.
Because she's not.
Well, and she's also more of her. If that makes sense.
What?
That was like 5 or 6 where it revealed that.
Well, yeah. There's more of her.
There's multiple of her.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, our oldest sister. It's like, wait, are you triplets? Like, oh, there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that like supernatural being is. Like, she's not like a djinn. She's not like a what's the Japanese one that starts with an H? I keep thinking Han. The Gates.
Gates? The what?
The Japanese gates, the red ones.
No, that's oh god, I painted one. I know the names.
I know, but they're all they represent a deity. Like this is where you enter the protection of. It's Kana. Is that right?
No.
Is that Hawaiian?
Torii Gates.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought she was something like that, but she's not just...
Oh, so Torii Gates aren't a deity in themselves. They're a gateway into, like, the shrine of said deity.
Okay.
So they're not actually, like... They're more of a gateway thing.
Okay, well...
If that makes sense.
Either way, that's why I wish I knew more about Korean folklore, because I think that would make more sense of what this woman actually is. And I think it would... every culture has their own, life, death, and afterlife traditions, mythologies, religions, and Korea's is one that I don't know a whole lot about, if any. Which is why this story is fantastic because I get to learn about it. That they're ghosts that have unfinished business and they stay at this hotel. Then it's kind of like a purgatory type thing.
Yeah.
Also. Again, because I don't know a whole lot about ancient Korean culture, the sword she has when she stabs the tree and builds the hotel.
Yeah.
It has Chinese on it?
Yeah, because at that time that was before Hangul.
Okay. Because I was like, that's not Korean.
Yeah. So Korean used to be just using like Chinese characters. Yeah, well, and only like the ultra elite would know anything like about them. Mm-hmm. So that's why when he was showing her how to write her name,
that's why it was a big deal.
Yeah, because that's that's more of a highborn thing or some sort of status symbol, was being able to write Chinese characters, which is also crazy, but that's a whole nother show and thing.
Maybe one of the times we roll history, I would love to dive into folklore and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Fine. So the reason the sword was a big deal, though, was because that was her part of her soul that she was most connected to. So that was like the item that you can exchange more as like a soul thing.
See,
like that was her most important item, was her sword.
She was trying to essentially go to the land of the dead.
Well, she was trying to find the inn. She was trying to find hotel, the guest house of the moon.
Yeah.
That's what she was looking. That's why she asked Mago. She's like, "Where's the inn of the moon?"
Yeah.
She was looking for the hotel to carry these items in this case.
I still don't know what's going on with that.
I could tell you.
Nope, I don't.
Well, actually, like, it kind of did tell you already, but, like, not directly.
Okay.
Like, you could infer that that's what's going on, because after she gets her sword in the tree and yada yada, Mago comes back for the horse with the stuff in it. Is like, "Let's go. I'll take you." So it's the people that died.
Oh.
Their souls are attached to these things.
I see.
So Mago was taking them off with the fireflies were the souls. If that makes sense.
I see.
But like, it's not revealed that that's whose stuff that is or whatever yet. So I'll make you wait for that.
Okay. So then she becomes proprietor of the Hotel de Luna, which is an eternal institution that ferries souls from recent death to the afterlife, whether it's good or bad. I did quickly catch on that there is a belief of reincarnation in Korean culture, and that's a huge part of it. You want to take care of the dead so that way they can be reincarnated as something good.
Yes, something good.
There's a constant reoccurring thing of I don't want to be reincarnated as a dog or a pig.
Well, she didn't say that, but that's later anyways. But
so this lady's in charge of this thing forever, and now she's broke.
Yep. Yeah,
because she keeps extorting the ghosts.
Yeah, her giving up her sword was giving up the part of her contract basically with the tree, which was that's a whole nother thing, but that was her giving up her soul to the tree,
because the tree persists even now. Is that the same tree?
That's the same tree.
Okay,
that is the same tree in the garden.
Okay,
so that tree is basically the embodiment of her soul right now, so she can't die until the tree allows her to. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she has stopped having a soul. So she's just like a embodiment, basically. So, I don't know how to explain that, because that's
so her soul is in the tree.
Yes, her soul is one with the tree.
Okay, I'm trying to draw the analogy between that and Beauty and the Beast with the rose. Like, when the rose dies, she dies too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the opposite. Like, when the tree blooms, then she dies.
Well, when the tree blooms and then withers.
Yeah, she will then pass on.
She will then be able to. Time will start flowing for her again.
Yeah. So when she, was first tied to the Hotel de Luna, was thousands of years ago. Well, and 1,000 years ago. So she's persisted through all of medieval time. There's a character that you meet later who she recruited, who was part of the Korean War.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's another. He wasn't, but that's another thing. But we'll get to that. That's later. Okay. But yeah, so it's actually really neat how they show her through the ages.
Yeah.
Because it shows her in the Hambok, and then like when Western clothes became a thing, and then like when the 60s era came about. And
and she's in like the surplus army stuff with
the
the hat.
Yeah, when the Korean War was happening.
And then now she's just a fashionista
Yeah.
with only the most amazing of clothes. I can see why you. Well, okay, she's basically just you if you had all the money in the world.
Yeah, she's got a lot of like designer clothing. She's got a lot of designer
Yeah.
clothing.
No, and she's always just dressed to kill.
Yeah, yeah. But it's still very like old style. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I did notice.
Like hardly ever is she very modern.
I think. Oh, well, okay. I think the most modern. Well, a couple of things. When she went to meet the. Oh God, we're skipping way ahead. When she meet the parents who are trying to marry their dead daughter.
Yeah,
so
when
she
she's in the red Chanel jacket.
No, she's in like the powder pink.
No, see, because that's not terribly modern either. I think the most modern she dresses is the red Chanel jacket with the black dress underneath.
Yeah.
I think that's the most modern she gets for now, I think. I don't know, I can't remember her outfits now. But she's very like long flowy dresses most of the time, I would say.
Yeah. And a lot of the skirt stuff that she wears does remind me of the hanbok that you have.
Yeah, it's a wrap skirt type.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I've seen this before.
Yeah, I have a modern handbook, but now we're skipping a whole bunch of shit. Okay,
so this chick is a complete tsundere.
This is an important part, kind of, but when the address of the hotel comes up, did you see where it's at, and do you know anything about that?
No.
So it's in God, I'm gonna slaughter this pronunciation, but Myeongdong.
Okay.
Which is the most famous shopping district in Korea.
Seoul? Oh, not even just Seoul.
Yeah, in
of
all of fucking Korea. So
everyone would have seen this.
Yeah. So it's like I find that very funny because she likes to go crazy shopping, so she's in the shopping district area, and B, there's a lot of people that like going in and out of that place, like tourists, regulars, like that's
there's
funny.
I wish I could. Well, I probably can if I just watch it on my phone, but I want to screen cap. There's a scene where she's standing outside Swarovski Crystal, and she has like a Pepsi in one hand and a Subway sub in the other hand, just like looking at all the pretty things. I'm like, snap! It's like, hey Suki, look, I found you in the internet.
But yeah, so that's the significance of that, and I figured that was like a detail that you wouldn't know.
No, I have no clue.
Because that's just something I would know. So we should probably explain like some of his stuff instead of hers.
Yeah, so the hotel exists in both like the material world and almost like an ethereal plane, in between afterlife and life. But because it exists in the material world, they still have to pay taxes, and they still have to like conform to like ADA and OSHA. Well, the Korean.
Yeah, like the whole. There has to be a person.
Yeah, so they need a human to take care of all that stuff. They need a manager of the hotel.
You're still going too fast. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. This poor guy has his kiddo, and it's the kid's birthday. And
guy's kind of broke.
He's broke. He's broke AF. I don't know what happened to the mom or whatever. It never explains. But so his dad's pretty broke mad, and he decides to steal a cash register, I think.
Yeah, like just the cash drawer. Yeah.
Yep, and he's to buy his kid a present, and he's running away from the cops.
Slips down a flight of stairs.
And falls down the stairs.
Cracks his head open.
So he's he's basically out of consciousness and is out of his body, and he accidentally wanders into Hotel Del Luna. But this is a bit of a problem because he's not actually dead.
Yeah.
So he starts dying because he's bleeding from his head. From falling down the stairs,
and like it snap cuts to like him in the hospital.
Yeah, and, so he's having a bad time. He's dying, and they figure out that he's not actually dead yet. But Jang Manwol is like, I'll save you, but you have to sell me your kid.
Yeah, and he's like, done.
Yeah,
Like
he's like-
immediately, it's like, you what? I figured
like-
you would put up a little bit of a fight.
All right, I don't have to die. Have my kid. So
Cool.
in the promise is that she will have the kid in 20
Yeah,
years.
yes, 20 years. And so he actually ends up kind of spiriting away his son to America.
Yeah, he's not only to America. He moves around. He moves him around a whole bunch.
So she can't find him.
To get away from Jack Manuel, but apparently she keeps finding him because she sends him flowers.
Yeah, on his birthday.
For his birthday.
Every day, or every year. It's like.
Yeah. Well, and of course the kid, he's grown up now, and he thought the entire thing was a joke.
Yep.
Until he gets back to Korea 21 years later. And
Yeah, thinking he kind of outran everything.
yeah, thinking that he was fine. His dad was spouting nonsense, but he endured it anyways. He comes back to Korea and for some reason decides to be a hotel guy anyways. You think
I
if
don't think him as a kid knew. That was just he went to business school at Harvard.
Yeah, but if your dad's
Stay away from the hotel.
yeah, you think you would.
I'm gonna go to all the hotels.
Yeah, let's get hired on the hotel. What a great idea. What the fuck? Anyways, so he gets hired at a big hotel and then gets his birthday flowers. Anyways.
Yeah, when he shouldn't have.
When he shouldn't have because it was past the 20 years. So Jack Manuel ends up finding him. And he's mad about it because he doesn't want anything to do with it. So then her solution is to give him
It's to curse him
the
so he
power
can
to
see
see
ghosts.
ghosts.
Which is terrifying. Okay, so if this show was produced by Lionsgate or Twisted Pictures or CE Productions, this would be one of the most terrifying shows of all time. However, because this production company, it's equal parts whimsical and bone-chillingly terrifying, at the same time. So he has to live with this curse, and he's trying to figure out I don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't
want to be the hotel
yeah.
manager. I want to, what I went to college for. I want to be the manager at, this Four Seasons hotel, in Seoul, Korea. But he keeps seeing ghosts. And there's a scene where he goes and gets the coffee, and she's like, "Oh, you think you can handle this? Getting me a cup of coffee?" Drains all of the color out of the world except for this orange coffee cup, and everything is in black and white.
Oh, you're going too far.
No, that's episode 2 or 3.
I had it written down. Oh yeah, that's 2. But I had other stuff in between that.
Yeah, and that scene is just all these zombies crawling after him as he's just walking from his table to the bar to get a cup of coffee, and it's yeah, that was.
You missed a whole bunch of stuff in between.
No, because I haven't talked about Doctor No, or not Doctor No, Mr. No.
Oh.
He was the first one to make me
Yeah,
cry.
that's later too.
Well,
you still missed stuff in between. So you missed the part where a poor police lady died, and in order for her to pass on to go to the afterlife, Jack Manuel shoots a guy with a fake bullet. But he doesn't die.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's no, she's the girl with the gun.
Yeah, because that cues into some of.
No, because that rifle is in her office, and every time it shows her office, there's the
Yeah,
rifle
the
hanging
rifle
between
hanging.
the windows.
But so because he's a corrupt politician guy.
Yeah, and,
whatever.
And the unfinished business that this ghost had was she was doing an investigation on this guy, and so yeah, she in the spiritual realm shot this guy.
Yeah, which made him freak out on cameras and things and in front of people, so he effectively lost his job because he was insane. Which comes into later when Jack Manuel and Gu Chun Sung are out getting dumplings.
Eating hoe.
The politician's ghost comes out and stabs her. But I mean, obviously she doesn't die because she can't.
Oh yeah, with the piece of rebar. Yeah.
So then we actually learn about vengeful ghosts being a thing.
Yeah, it's like
Because he was a vengeful ghost, he wanted to kill her because she ruined his life, made him homeless, and then die.
But because she's not affected by life nor death,
Yeah,
she can't die.
She can't die.
But she can drink all the champagne in the world.
Yep, can't die, but can drink. But yeah, vengeful ghosts are kind of a recurring thing.
Yeah, because some of them become
issues.
Their souls last so long that they can then start to affect the material world, and they'll actually.
Well, there's actually like other things along with that as well, which we start to get to
later
in episode 5 and 6. So we'll get to that. But another part of another important part is this.
No, every time they go out to eat, they go to a place that the competitive eater guy goes to, and she has to take a picture.
Yeah, she's a big fan of the competitive eating guy.
I can't remember his name, but he again, like with the tertiary and quaternary characters, like he's one of those guys. He doesn't have any lines. You just know that he's a person that exists in this world.
He does have lines, just the once.
Well, yeah, he does.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
But another like important theme is the Samdo River.
Yeah, it's kind of like river Styx.
Yeah.
So you cross to go. Well, in this case, the cars say to heaven.
Well, not always, because there's like different classes of basically VIP-ness. So like the first class is you like a bunch of people get on a bus and they go.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Is like they keep saying when you go to the afterlife, you'll go in a limousine.
Yeah, so that's like the VIP class is going through the limousine in the tunnel, or the limousine coming and picking you up.
Yep.
But like that's the limousine picking them up from the location that they died is because they don't have any like reservations about going. They don't need to spend time at the hotel to move on.
They don't have the unfinished business.
Yep.
Very Casper-the-Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, it's the Samdo River is basically a super wide river, and there's a bunch of bridges going across. And the actual important part is the way the sky is. So the sky is purple with shooting stars and stars stuff. Like the Samdo River is always described, even in
the folklore,
in all folklore, as being a purple starry sky with a long bridge. And the long bridge actually comes into play later, but that's part of the whole mythology around it. So that's kind of an important piece in the entire thing, because it's a big player later on.
Okay.
But the poor Mr. No.
Oh.
That was like, it definitely hit harder the second time that I watched it rather than the first. Because the first time I was like, what the fuck is going on? But the second time, like, I knew.
Yeah.
And it hit a lot harder.
So Mr. No was the manager of the hotel, doing all the human stuff. So he does age through time because he's alive. But he's given his life, his living life to managing the hotel. And he's worked there for 30 years, and he's come to the ends of his life. And that's why they need a new manager. And that's where Mr. Ku comes in.
He is the 48th manager in the entire history of Del Luna.
But because he's mortal and because he's fleeting, he doesn't hold as concrete of a place in the hotel. There are 3 other characters that are main characters, secondary characters.
Yeah.
And it's the bellhop, who's the person that meets you at the beginning of the hotel, the first person that all the ghosts meet. There is the head of housekeeping, and she's the one that prepares all the rooms for all the ghosts. And then there's the bartender, who makes sure that their stay is comfortable.
And those 3 have been there the longest.
Yep.
So there's other staff members, but they're not really mentioned. They show them in the uniforms and such, but they're not like mentioned by any means, because they probably circulate through a lot.
Mm-hmm. So because just the nature of this thing, these staff members have been there for a very long time, but they're also ageless. You know, they're the same age as when they died.
Once they died, they stayed the same.
And one of the saddest lines of all time is when Mr. No comes to the end of his life, and he literally asked Miss Zhang, "Hey, I'm gonna take tomorrow off. I need to go to the hospital."
Yeah.
She says, "No."
Yeah. He's like,
"Please."
He's like, it's my retirement time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check into the hospital a few days, and then I'll be back.
Yeah.
And then he ends up dying while he's out.
And I want to go on many fishing trips. It's like, you're not gonna go on any.
Mm-hmm.
But because Zhang is such a bitch all the time to everybody around her, which there's more discussion with that. She does start to feel a little bit of remorse when he comes to the hotel. Oh no!
As a guest. Well,
Okay,
so it seemed like she was being a bitch when he said he was leaving, because she was just like, "Okay, bye," basically.
No.
So it was like, "Wow, you have nothing for this guy," but I think she knew. She had to have known.
So this whole time, Mr. Koo, he's still on the fence of whether or not he wants to be the manager or not. But he's toured the hotel. He knows the people that work there. You know, he's met the bellhop and the head of household and the bartender, and became pretty close friends with Mr. Koo or Mr. No very quickly. And Mr. Koo goes home and finds No on his doorstep, and he's like, "Oh, let's make some tea." You know,
let's have a chat. Yeah,
he's trying to convince Mr. Koo that yes, you should become the manager of the hotel, and they're having this whole huge long talk that night. And Mr. Koo's roommate comes out.
Yeah, Sanchez is
fantastic, and I love him.
Sanchez comes out and is like, "Why are you talking to yourself?
Because Mr. No is already dead and he's a ghost."
And I like how Sanchez is like, "Man, he must be lonely."
Well, yeah.
And then walks back in the house. It's like, "Oh, fuck that guy."
But yeah, and then finding out that Mr. No is actually died.
He had also.
But the saddest line that he says is when Zhang is kind of sending him off. They're standing in the garden, knowing that it's like, you spent your whole life working here. You never had a time to make a family. And he says, "No, you are my family.
Yeah.
When I started, you were my sister. You became my daughter, and now you're my granddaughter."
Yep.
Because he was the one that aged, and she stayed the same.
Man, if that's what got you, you're gonna be.
No, I actually cried when I found out that Mr. No was dead.
You're gonna be a fucking direct later. Yes.
Well, he was the. I mean, yes, he kind of represents the humanity of the hotel. That's the idea of the manager, is the earthly tie to everything.
Yeah.
And so he was the one that cared the most about things, kind of because he was fleeting. When he sets the picture, it's this is the only thing they'll ever remember me for.
Yep.
It's like,
yeah, that's. Anyway,
and that was episode 2.
Well, it's like, I had actually kind of forgot about him. That whole thing happening until it happened again. I was like, oh yeah, this was a thing. And then we meet Mr. Tiger.
Yes, the tiger.
At the end of that episode.
Yeah.
So, but when we get on to episode 3, it doesn't start in with the tiger, which is surprising to me. But it actually flashes back to a raid with a
there's
princess
there's
and
royalty.
a silk bundle of some sort, and that comes into play later. And that's also when one of the two main historical guys comes in. Well, both of them.
The captain of the guard.
Yeah, the captain of the guard. They actually don't say his name yet, so you wouldn't remember.
He's the one with a very pretty face.
He's got nice hair.
No, but that's the thing that he says.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like,
like,
no.
my face is so pretty. What a shit.
So my first note for this episode is I know nothing about medieval Korea.
Yeah,
It's,
I figured.
Continuing the theme.
So the lady in the carriage was a castle princess,
Mm-hmm.
which that comes in later as well. But so yeah, we come in and Jang Mamwol's mercenary group basically.
Yeah, band thieves.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of bad guys that steal shit. Because like back then, the well-off people were very well-off, and the not well-off people were having a bad time.
Not well off at all.
Yeah, so they were stealing shit, which is fine, whatever. But Sir Courtguard chases after her, not knowing that she's a lady. So when he tackles her to the ground and pulls her scarf off of her face, he's like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then she knocks him the fuck out.
Yeah, with a rock.
Which is funny. So she ties him up and takes him along, and I guess that's about the important part of that.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of the rest of that episode introduced. Well, they had the recurring ghost with no eyes.
yes, so she was from the beginning, and he was very frightened of her when he first got his ghost.
Well,
when Gu Chang-sung got his ghost eyes, he was very frightened of her, and she chased him around.
I also have a note here that yes, because Miss Zhang is very tsundere, which if you don't know what tsundere means, it's think Helga from Hey Arnold. She's like, move it, football head, but then also has the shrine for him. Like, yeah, she actually does have feelings, but she just puts on the front of being mean all the time.
Yeah.
But, when she's alone, she definitely has like the whole loneliness of immortality, which to me is the most terrifying thing, is living forever. Like that you would only ever be lonely. And that was, I think there was a point where she was almost like jealous of Mr. No because he did die.
Yeah, he could go to the afterlife, and she cannot. So this is also the episode where Gu Chang-sung kind of changes his mind about working at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one where he changes his mind. It's like when they go, he has the dream where the guy is helping her write her name.
Yeah.
And then he sees on the champagne crate the same moon symbol.
The moon symbol, yeah.
And I think that's kind of changes his mind. But I also wanted to talk about room 404.
Yes! Yeah, because that's... Okay, is that the only place where alive humans can stay? Because I remember he talking to Sanchez, yes, if you stay at this hotel, stay at room 404, which is hilarious because 404 not found.
Yeah.
Like, that's in my notes.
But it also comes up later. But yeah, that is like the only room that actual humans could stay in. But did you notice how she said they can check in but never check out? And he was like kind of frightened about it and didn't want to look in the room.
I just thought that was like a nod to Hotel California. You can stay here, but you can never leave.
No, it's actually true. They can check in, but they can't check out. But that'll come into play also later. Also,
I might be mixing cultures here. I do know that the number 4 in Chinese is
Japanese. It's Japanese.
It is. I thought it was Chinese. The word where 4 is dead. 4 means it's the same word as 4 is.
Shi in. It's ichi ni san shi go.
Okay.
Shi, which is 4 in Japanese, is like a bad omen. So a lot of buildings actually won't have a fourth floor.
A lot of international buildings, when they have elevators, there's no 4th floor, but the way the numbers are arranged are in groups of 3. So it's the first row is 1, 2, 3. The second row is 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Because it hides like in between as you're going up.
And then 13 is also like a bad number.
Yeah, it lands so like there's no 13.
I don't know if that's in Korean or not though. I don't think so, because the
Yeah.
language is different, so
Yeah,
it
and
wouldn't
that
make any
was
sense.
like if it was though like 404, it'd be dead,
Not
but
that
not dead, but
dead,
dead.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but I just like 404, like not found. Like
yeah. So yeah, that'll be a key point for a side story later. We haven't gotten there yet. But like it's very ominous right now because we don't know what's going on with room 404 because it's just kind of like what happens to the people that go in there. They check in but they don't check out. But yeah, we'll find that out later. Also in this one we get the poor girl falling off the bridge.
oh, okay, that is that part.
Do you have anything from in between there?
No, I have a note that says killed a poor girl's soul for food and a new car.
Oh, that's
which is
yeah later.
yeah,
So
that's how that concludes. Because she's such a bitch.
yeah, so we cut to two girls arguing on a bridge basically, and the one girl pushes the other girl off the bridge,
It's the case she lands on a car
and she fucking dies,
and then gets run over by the car she landed on.
which is brutal as hell.
Yeah.
But so she's dead, and the other girl just fucks off because she's like, not gonna deal with it. She jumped. It's fine. She goes home and she has the necklace that they were arguing over. And the girl that died kicks her out of her own body.
No, her soul is suspended above her bed and is bleeding on
Yeah.
her. It's like, again, if this was done by like any of the morbid American studios, this would be fucking terrifying.
Yeah. So she takes over Yuna's body. So that's the girl that killed her. She takes over her body, and I think she like just doesn't know what to do. So she just like goes to school.
Yeah, just does normal
and goes to her
things.
own desk, which her photo and flowers is on because she's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And like is sad, and they're like, oh, she must feel remorseful for being a dick to her.
Yeah. And well, then like all of her
Oh.
friends start to catch on. There's something. They're
Yeah,
all
they're-
not her friends, but the other schoolgirls. Like there's something wrong with.
Well,
this
I think
one.
I think they were like Yuna's friends, and then like this happened, and they were like,
Yeah.
dude, she's acting weird. And
So well, there's a problem there though. So there's two souls in one body.
no, there's only one soul in a body. The
Well,
other-
there's two souls for this one
fighting,
body.
yeah, fighting for the body. And so Jang Man-wol decides to do something about it after Gu Chun-sung is like, this is fuckity, I don't know what to do. We should probably do something about this.
So she meets with her parents.
Yeah. So she goes to the parents and is like, this is the only evidence that your daughter fucking killed someone. Do what you want with it. Give me some money.
And I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. So what happens is the soul is attached to the necklace. So it would have been the dead girl's soul attached to the necklace, but she swapped in and got a body. So the other girl, Yuna, is just she's attached to the necklace now. So her parents, Jang Man-wol gives her parents, she's like, you could do the right thing and give this necklace to the authorities, and your daughter can get her punishment.
Yeah, go to jail, rot in prison.
Yeah. Or you can destroy the evidence and
Pay me hush money.
yeah, carry on with your lives and gloss over your daughter killed someone. So the parents, of course, being rich bastards, are like, well, here's some money. And they burn the necklace that has their daughter's soul attached to it. So she is basically gone from existence.
Yeah. So
That's
her
it.
soul is erased.
Her soul is erased forever and can't get reincarnated and yada yada yada. But they don't know that. But they made their choice basically.
There was something that Miss Zhang said, like as in passing. It's like
Yeah, if you
if you do this, you'll kill your daughter's soul, and like okay,
Yeah, and they were just
as like a normal person is like, oh, kill my daughter. Okay, yeah, some whatever the hell.
Yeah,
Here's your
but
money. Go.
they actually killed her fucking soul. So the dead girl is now she is Yuna basically.
She's inhabiting her killer's body.
Yeah, she gets the body in the fight. And yeah, so she goes back to school and yada yada, basically, on that one. Yeah, that was it for that was all I had for
Yeah,
three.
and then she gets another Jaguar because all of her cars are Jags.
Oh, we forgot about the tiger though.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's really not that much of an important
It's more
plot point.
Yeah, that's more like a folklore story. I think it's a very like Korean thing, where there's a spirit of a tiger. It was the last tiger given as a gift from North Korea, and it was taxidermied and put in a museum. But the tiger's soul itself is trying to find home.
Yeah, because the Baekdu Mountains don't exist basically anymore. And
How do mountains not exist? That'd be like the Rockies being gone.
They weren't like that big of a chain, I don't think but it's like they're inhabited
built
by
over.
Yeah.
Industrialized.
And this tiger was the last Siberian tiger in Korea, and he was searching for his home, and he basically died alone, and yada yada. So he got turned into a mythical spirit, basically, so the solution that they found was to put him in the painting of the mountains that he used to live in. And then he fucked off to the afterlife after that.
Yeah, like that was his unfinished business.
Yep. So, now we're on to episode 4.
Yes, which is about the blind girl, and this one is tragic as hell as well.
Oh, well, okay, but it starts off with Guchun-song making the leaf sprout on the tree.
Oh, yes, yeah.
He touches the tree and the leaves sprout, and that gets everybody into a real nice panic.
Yeah. And he starts having dreams where he is her old lover.
Well, no. He just is having dreams about her past.
Oh, it's a third person type thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was like...
He is seeing this all from a third person. So it flashes back to the courtyard guy rescuing her, basically, and then going on and rescuing Yanwoo, which Netflix did it wrong for his name too. But yeah, he goes back and rescues Yanwoo, and they kind of just are a group of pals now. I think that was it for that flashback.
Mm.
Yeah. And then Guchun-sung finally actually, like, meets Mago as Mago on the train. Like, he finally realizes who she is and, like, what...
And it also remembers her from his childhood.
Yeah. From the night that his dad...
sold his soul.
was being a shit. And then, yes, we get to the blind girls.
Oh, we also find out that Mr. Koo is the third choice.
Yeah, he's the third choice.
So he's constantly referred to as Mr. Third Choice by the bartender.
And the first choice was
an
like,
exorcist.
Yeah, like a priest type guy. And then I also like how when she went to get the second choice, he was in space.
Yeah, and so she's like just in a spacesuit.
And then he just like kicks her
pushes her way back to Earth.
So she had to fall to Earth in a spacesuit. This woman is literally indestructible.
No, but I like how he's working on like the space station, like welding something, whatever, doing a spacewalk, and she just like kind of floats up to him and just like nods, like, "Hey, back to Earth."
Back to Earth.
And he's like,
No. And she's like, yeah, come on, let's go. And he's like, no. And then he gets annoyed enough that he just is like, you know what, fuck you, and just kicks her back to Earth.
Yeah. It plays into just like how this show is both whimsical and terrifying at the same time. Like, because they put all like the stupid sound effects like in there, like, and I was like, okay, this is fantastic. Yes, and then we do the story of the ghost bread.
Yes, so the lovely blind lady has been in since episode 1, and we're finally getting to her story. And she was blind while she was alive, and she remembers a guy by his hands because she went to this bread store all the time, and he was really nice to her, and like he helped her feel breads in things and sniffs and all kinds of stuff, and he was just a general nice guy.
Extremely nice to her.
Well, turns out the reason that she remembers him so well is because he was the one that killed her.
They were the last hands she ever touched.
Yeah, so
her memory is tied to her last moment.
She's walking across the street and he accidentally hits her with his motorcycle or something, which I don't... How the fuck? Anyways, yeah, as
she dies as a hit and run victim.
As she's dying, his phone goes off, so she remembers the jingle, and she remembers feeling his hands, and so she almost turns into a vengeful ghost because she is almost she was going to kill him and turn into a vengeful ghost, which you can't come back from. And then Gu Chun-sung comes in and is like, you know what? I'll take him to jail. Just don't do this.
Yeah, it stands in the middle of the road.
Yeah, to keep...
And should have got run over, but wasn't.
Yeah, because the guy swerved on a motorcycle. Because Gu Chun-sung is like this big.
Well,
this tiny.
Yeah.
He's a small guy. He's not a big guy. You could swerve around that.
No, but there's a whole thing where, was it Miss Zhang that actually saved him? Because she knew?
No, because she said no, that she didn't. But so...
No, she's too much being a bitch.
Oh my god. I also thought it was hilarious when they were at Sanchez's pizza place. Where he came up and was like...
yeah, it's like, oh yeah.
Man, I heard your guys' boss was a bitch.
And just awful.
And it's her.
Yeah.
He's talking about her. And she's just like, oh, you better get more pizza to need your frustrations out since you hate me so much. Which, yes, I thought that was hilarious part of that. But then she tells him that sometimes they don't remember shit because it's good. They remember shit because it's their... Yeah, and then she does nothing about it, I guess. But he goes off and, yeah,
well,
takes him to jail. He's like, this is the guy who hit that blind lady. He should go to jail.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're a very good detective.
Yeah, and the cops are like, oh,
wow, how'd you figure this out?
Like, what the fuck? Don't you have to have proof or whatever? Whatever.
But Mr. Koo did all of this out of literally the kindness of his own heart. And like he's a natural, he's a healing person, you know.
And he's also, after this, he's also like much more confident around
the ghosts.
The other ghosts.
Well, because he's trying to work to not be the manager at this hotel. So he's trying to work with seeing ghosts all the time, just understanding it. And because of that, the staff, the bellhop, the bartender, and the head maid are trying to get rid of him.
Yes. So they send him to room 13. But there's one more thing before that.
Oh.
There was the father and the son that came in.
Oh, yeah. And it was a callback to, him and his dad.
No, actually. It comes into play later.
Oh.
But the other ghosts that come in are in such worse shape. They got ran over.
Yeah,
so
there's the tire mark on the dad's back.
That comes into play later because the reason that they're in such good shape is because they're not angry about it. They're not remorseful about it.
Mm. Yeah,
but
it was a dad rescuing his son because he ran across the street.
Yep. But that's a thing that comes in later.
Mm. But knowing that those two, okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing that you'll have to remember. But yes, they send Gu Chun-sung to room 13, which has
basically the lady from The Grudge.
And she's a vengeful spirit, but she hasn't killed anyone yet.
Yeah.
So she's like on the cusp of being bad and not coming back from that.
She's locked in a closet in this room.
Yeah.
And if any living human sees her, their mind will break.
Yeah,
and they'll go insane.
So
they send him in there
to get rid of her.
To burn her incense.
Because they're worried that he's going to make Jang Man-woo disappear before any of them are ready.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to get rid of this guy so we don't have to leave. So they send him there, and Jang Man-woo comes and rescues him.
With a kiss.
Even though she said to put him there.
Yeah, it was her idea to try to kill him.
Yeah. So the guest of room 13 escapes.
No, okay, there's that whole kiss thing that happens, which
Yeah.
They don't talk about after. Like,
Well, it's just to distract him from.
well, yeah, but like as like that's happening, like the music is swelling. They do like the slow motion like camera pan around them. Meanwhile, like all of Eldritch horror is coming out of this closet. It's like, there's the thing. Like,
Yep, it was to get him to pay attention, basically. And,
yeah.
And yeah, so he comes back to rescue her, which doesn't make any sense, but
Yeah.
the ghost escapes, and that also comes into play later.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in 6. It's in episode 6.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It was a huge thing at the very end of episode 4, and like, yeah, kind of like forgot about it because I remember at the end of 5, it alludes to like, oh wait, yeah, I forgot that hell was unleashed.
Yeah. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but then we get the ghost bride.
Yeah.
Coming in. It's this poor lady that died in her probably 20s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and her parents didn't. Well, not her parents.
Yeah, which that's later. But the parents send out a traditional red bag, which is to marry the spirit of a deceased to someone.
Yeah, so they're not lonely in the afterlife.
Yep.
So they put it in the bottom of a lantern and set it out over the water.
Yep.
And sill, and it lands in a bike path.
Yep. And Sanchez finds it.
Sanchez finds it.
But of course, poor Sanchez is scared out of his mind, so he's not going to do it.
He pees in the jar.
Yes, he pees. He pees in his Joseon era piece of pottery, and it's
because he's so terrified he literally can't move this corner of his house because he can feel the ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's their connection is depicted by the red thread.
Yes, the red string of fate.
Yeah,
which is a big thing.
That's not just Korean though.
No, but it is very big.
It's very Eastern.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's very big in that sort of culture.
Yep, I know about that. It's but it's tied to their pinkies. From what I know, but it's a Japanese version where it's actually tied to their hearts.
No, it's always tied to the pinkies.
Okay.
Even in Japanese. There's actually a whole ass webtoon comic on that I've been reading.
Oh, there's also an anime called Tenchi Muyo that.
Oh, well. Anyways, no, it's always tied to the pinky because of it's that story of the two lovers on opposite sides of, I think, a fight or something, and they decide to commit suicide together, and they tie their pinkies together with a red string. I think that's the one.
So Shakespeare wasn't very original with Romeo and Juliet.
No.
It's almost like the story's been told.
Well, I mean, like, I think they both jumped in the ocean together. But if I'm remembering the right one.
Teenagers committing suicide. How romantic.
But, so they hold a blind date with the other male ghosts that are staying at the hotel that are single. But she chooses Gu Chun-sung, and that makes poor Jang Man-woo very angry. She's very jealous by this point already.
Okay, there's a point where she asked him, where Miss Jang asked Mr. Koo, like, "Are you Yun Yu, the captain of the guard?" He's like, "Bitch, I might be."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait, you're just gonna come out and say, like, I thought that was like supposed to be like the big twist. You're just saying that, but apparently that's not it."
No, he's
okay.
He's not either of the boys from the medieval era. But they think about it for a bit, but they decide that it's not, which is true. But while he is waiting for the ghost bride to get ready, he opens the doors and sees Jang Man-woo in wedding reds from the medieval era.
Yeah.
And that comes into play later.
Oh, I have a note here where he brings this dead girl to the hotel, the one that's getting married, and she's like, "Why did you bring it to my office? Bring it to a room." And she's like all this like sloppy, like sleepy head on his shoulder, and that's where like a lot of her ire is coming from. Like she's very, very jealous.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'll take her to her room, and like Princess carries her like out of the room, and
Yeah.
she's like, "You gave me a cart for cabbages when you tried to rescue me."
Yup. Yep.
Because
She's jealous. But I don't think she quite realizes that yet until the end of episode 6. So
Mhm.
we'll get to that. But so he sees her in the wedding reds from back in the day as like a dream, which is kind of a big deal later. So remember that
okay,
point. But then Yuna goes and gets the Ghost Bride's actual boyfriend to marry her instead
yeah,
of.
to find out that it was actually
Yep. So it was actually the boyfriend's parents that sent out the bridal red pouch because they want her to let him go.
yeah, because if she's married in the afterlife, then
He can move on.
then their souls aren't tied in the same way,
Mhm.
and he's actually dying in a hospital bed.
Which I think what the deal is that they got into an accident together, and so she's still holding on to him.
Yeah, because she's not like horribly like disfigured like a lot of the other ghosts are
And he isn't either. He's just like
in the hospital.
so something happened there. They had an accident together, I think, but they're about to do the marrying, but he's still alive. So if he does this, he gonna die.
Yeah.
So then she decides to make the right decision, and she cuts the string, and then he wakes up from his
But
coma.
it's because Margot gave her the scissors because the string is so strong that even Miss Zhang wouldn't be able to cut it.
Yeah.
And she's functionally immortal.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, she decides to cut the string so he can live, and then their matching rings, his falls off of his finger, which is releasing her hold from him.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes on to the afterlife all by herself, which is what she wanted anyways. But at the end of this episode is when Mira shows up.
Yes, the girlfriend. He had a girlfriend?
Well, she's his ex-girlfriend now, but did you notice her face?
Yes, she's very pretty.
No. She's important.
Okay.
She's the princess.
Oh, yeah.
She's the princess that they robbed from, which she becomes more of a big deal later.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm getting into that.
Okay.
Was
there more stuff in between?
No.
Did I miss stuff?
My notes are girlfriend and then poop-colored car.
Oh, yeah, she calls everything poop-colored. That's brown.
Yeah, Zhang. And so there's there's a third in the love triangle.
Yes.
They're throwing her in there. And every scene that Mira and Mr. Ku are in together, they play Chopin, which is one of my favorite pieces of classical music because it's the angriest.
Oh. Yeah, you can tell they have
No, she's trying to extort him. That's the only reason why she came to visit, because she wants money out of him.
Well, and she already borrowed money from him. And
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's the thing later, too. But yeah, Manuel gets super jealous after she hears that they met up and yada yada. She's just really jealous of any lady that's around Gu Song, but she doesn't quite realize why yet, I guess.
But Mr. Ku is continually trying to develop. Well, he has basically decided that he's going to be the hotelier.
Yes. He's going to be the manager no matter what.
Yeah, and so he's actually trying to make the hotel a better place.
Yeah.
And Miss Zhang does not like that because now she can't drink all the champagne and buy all the cars.
All the cars. This is also the episode where the Room 13 ghost starts murking people.
Yep.
So she kills an office worker, but...
Oh, yeah, completely like the Ring style.
Yeah, she comes out of the computer screen.
Yeah, and murders him to death.
Yeah, which we find out more information about later. But Then we also learn about Hyunji, the bell man, the bell boy, the front desk guy.
Yes.
We learn a little bit about his backstory. So, he was a rich kid.
Mm-hmm. He was
And he
conscripted into
had-
the Korean War, wasn't he?
No.
No.
He was a student, and he had a little sister, and he was a rich kid.
Yeah.
That's all we get for now. And then we have a lovely ghost character that comes in, dressed up like a king,
Oh, yes, the king. Oh.
which it turns out he's just an actor.
He's only acting as a king, and because that's how when
Yeah.
he died.
He was a very renowned actor, and he suddenly died before he got to film a historical drama that he was supposed to be in. And
his understudy is garbage.
yeah, his replacement is bad, like really, really bad. So what they decide to do is have him possess the poor guy and have him act good.
Yep.
But they seem quite pleased with the
Well, yeah,
outcome of that.
because Mrs. Zhang gets all of the
Yeah,
money.
she
Because
gets all of the
before
money.
this, you said, "Oh no, I'll be poor again.
Yeah.
I hate being broke."
Yup. I want to eat caviar and drink champagne all the
Oh,
time.
was this the episode where Mr. Koo comes into her office and she's like drunk on the couch?
Yeah, she is so fucking hungover that she has like an eye mask on. Her lip stain is just all over the place, and there's just bottles piled up on the coffee table.
So there was a lot of this episode, especially with the king, reminded me a lot of the Miyazaki film Spirited Away, where they're this is before I made this note before I realized that the king was not actually royalty.
Oh,
But it reminded me a lot
gotcha.
of No Face when he comes
Yeah.
into the bathhouse.
when he's just got like just pouring out gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
and even the proprietor of the bathhouse is like, "No, this one's going to make us rich. Give him
Yeah.
all the things."
And it's all fake.
Yeah, so I don't know, again, because I don't know the connections culturally and, even recently connections between Korea and Japan. It's like, okay, is that like a folktale that I should know that actually permeates Eastern culture?
No face.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Because
I think so.
there's a lot of parallels between Spirited Away.
I'm sure it's some sort of yokai deity, but I don't know that much about it either. I only know a few of the yokai from Japan, but I don't know any of the ones from Korea, so that might be something to look into. But
Also, when they were talking about what to do with this actor,
yeah,
and she's trying to get like money out of him, she's like, "How much do actors get paid?" It's like, "I don't know. I'm not an actor. They can't get paid that much." I was like, "You clever bastards!"
yeah.
Yeah, so there's that fourth wall break, which is just beautifully done.
Oh, okay. Did you notice the firefly in the tree? They finally showed the firefly in the tree.
Not in the tree in the garden.
Yes,
I did.
the tree in the garden.
Okay.
There's a firefly in the tree in the garden, and that's all you need to know for now. But
Well, then there's the whole thing with the fireflies
Yeah,
in the bay, and it's like
the
you're not
flashback.
alone anymore because, or no, the night's better because you're not alone.
yeah,
And they share the wine.
and then after she has that flashback, there's a small bloom
Yep.
peeking out from one of the branches on the trees.
So the tree is growing.
Yep.
Which is good and bad.
Yes.
I mean, she's healing, but because she's healing, then she
Yeah,
has to then
she's
move
actually
on.
like thinking about the repressed memories and stuff. So she's going through it a little bit, which is good. But and then cut to man number 2 getting killed by guest 13, which was
He was on the shitter.
yeah,
Hell of a way to
he
go.
was on the toilet. I don't think he was on the toilet. He was just
Yeah,
like
he was going somewhere private to watch a video,
But he was
thought it was going to be
watching-
smut.
yes, which was what the first guy, the office guy, was doing too. But that also is a later thing. But
Oh yeah, we still haven't solved this mystery.
yes, and then at the end, I think Jang Manuel on the beach starts realizing that she cares about Gu Chen Song.
Yeah, because they have kind of the same thing where
Yeah.
she goes to the beach and he's like, I don't want it to be noon. Give it to me sunset.
Yeah.
And he comes out and is nice to her and is feeling the same feeling she felt when the fireflies were there. And I do believe Mr. Koo says something similar.
Well, she does. She says, it looks much beautiful. I'm sad because the beach is more beautiful now than it was before.
Yeah.
And she's like
Because
referring
she
back
understands
to
what it
the
means.
flashback
Yeah.
of Mr. Court Guard Squad, sir. I keep wanting to say the 13 Court Guard Squad, but that's from Bleach.
God damn it.
And that's not it.
Weeb.
Yeah. But yeah, she's remembering what the court guard said, and which is, you'll never experience this the same again because I'm with you here now instead of you being alone.
Yeah.
So that was a reference back to that. I think that's it. Finally. Do you have anything else?
No. The last thing that I had was the fireflies over the bay.
Okay.
Which fireflies, I mean, it's a special thing to me too. But yeah, I did not expect this show to grab me the way that it did,
Yeah.
and I'm hella into it, and it's fantastic.
I'm excited to get into more of the nitty gritty things later because there's going to be more things coming along. But like, I'm just at the point where I'm like,
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, and you know, like I think in every single episode, one of my notes was, I wish I knew more about like the folklore or the past or the connections.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it you don't have to know the
Well, yeah, but it would
about
make
it.
that the thing, like it would make it more full, you know.
I don't know, it kind of it explains it well enough that it gives you a general grasp of things.
Yeah, but
So,
I mean, I like to
that's
know
nice. Yeah.
the ins and outs.
Oh, there's just so much more to come, and it just gets more insane. Like, you think things are crazy now, man.
Does Miss Zhang get to call dibs on a car again? No, I get this one. I call dibs. It's
No,
the Jaguar E-Pace.
no, he sells all the cars.
Well, no, I know he was gonna sell all of his. Like that was part of the financial plan. Was you get to keep two. It's like, but then I'll have all this room and nothing to fill it. It's like, yeah, we can make it into guest rooms. It'll be fine. It's like, but my cars.
Yeah, he sells her cars. Which is funny, and she gets really mad, but...
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're up for some more adventures.
Yeah, there's a lot more coming to cover.
Yep.
Which I'm glad we did 6 of them this time, so we
Yeah,
could do 5 and
even
5.
this one seemed almost
Yeah,
too big to consume.
There was so much. They pack so much into those 16 episodes. It's absolutely insane. Which I see why they had to have them an hour instead of.
Yeah. Well, and there's certain things that they would resolve the monster of the week, but then there'd be 45 minutes left. Like they start a whole. It's like wait, Mr. Koo died or not Mr. Koo, Mr. No died in the middle of the episode. It's like we're moving on. I had to process one of my my favorite characters dying. Can you give me a minute, please?
No, they don't either. They don't the entire something will happen and they'll just fuck off into the next thing. It's like
which I mean, that's sometimes not how it happens in life. It's like you don't get time to process stuff. You have to move on.
It just gets crazier from here too. This is why I was saying this is such a good show.
Yeah, no, it's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
And has led to our longest episode yet.
Yeah, what are we at?
Creeping up on 2 hours.
See if anybody gets this far. If you got this far, yell at us on our Facebook page because I'm curious to see who all makes it.
If you yell at us before the end of April about how long this episode was, I'll send you a bag of jelly beans.
What the? Okay.
1 million jelly beans. We didn't even talk about F1
No.
this whole episode, which is sad because
We'll do it next week because we'll have two races
about.
under the belt and see how things actually are.
Yep.
But if you would like to support the show so we can do more stuff and have more people, you can support us on patreon.com/randomroulette.
That's RandomRoulte. No plus.
No plus. They wouldn't let me have a plus. But yeah,
also,
I think that's it.
Facebook.com/random plus roulette.
Oh, I don't know what our Facebook is.
No.
I don't. How do you even look? I don't. Just look. Use the search bar for fuck's sake. I don't know what the URL is.
You can also find us on Instagram, Podbean, and Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify is probably where most of our people are listening to us. But
Yep. And
thank you for listening.
One works.
Yeah.
But yeah. Join us next week for episodes 7 through 13.
Sure. I don't know how to count.
7 through 12. That's 6.
What? We're doing 5. 5.
Okay. So 7 through 11.
I don't know how to count.
More Hotel de Luna.
Yes, part 2 of Hotel de Luna, which is one of my favorite shows. But yeah, we'll continue on that next week and have more stuff. Well, I suppose that's all for now. Stay hydrated. Don't die. Bye.